Come on in. You know you want to. There's room for everybody. You don't need to push and shove. Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine. Do find a nice cosy seat and settle down. Just thought I'd come on today and have a little chat with you, a little update, see what I've been up to. So I'm sitting down with a cup of coffee in this lovely hand-painted mug that I bought from Covent Garden Market about 30 years ago. I've only just started using it as a mug. I used to use it as a toothbrush and toothpaste holder on my bathroom windowsill, and then pens in it, but I've actually started to use it as a mug. I think it's rather nice. Anyway, what have I been up to since I last saw you? I've had a bit of a funny week this week, really. I have filmed a cookery video, which I'm going to attempt to edit over the weekend and aim to put up on Monday. I made a chicken soup on Monday. So yeah, look out for that. I'm going to see if I can get to grips with some editing software and give that a go. I thought I'd have a little chat with you about what I've been eating this week. We do like to eat as a family. I've got 3 children. 2 of them have flown the nest, so I've just got one 18-year-old daughter at home. Her food tastes aren't quite as adventurous as mine and my husband's. Let's just say that she likes beige food. So sometimes she does her own thing. But I've been using quite a lot of recipes out of the 2 Chubby Cubs cookbook. I discovered them online about 18 months ago, I think, when I was a member of Slimming World. They've got the most amazing, really, really hilarious blog. It's a gay couple, James Anderson and Paul Anderson, husband and husband. And their recipes and the information on their blog is just a real scream. So we've had some really nice meals out of this book this week. I did a cheeseburger recipe last night. Did actually go online because their recipe didn't have any seasoning in it, and I just wanted something a bit different. So I found a really nice seasoning idea online from an American lady. It's got brown sugar in it and all manner of things, like a little bit of chilli and some basil, and it was really tasty with cheese on top. Really lovely. Anyway, what are we having for tea tonight? Having a little bit of salmon. Having this firecracker pan-fired salmon with some new potatoes just steamed and a little bit of rocket. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not on a diet at the moment. I need to be, but that's a stretch too far at the moment. I need to just get back to getting healthy. But I am trying to watch a little bit what I eat. So that's the 2 Chubby Cubs. If you've never heard of them, go and check out their blog. They've got over 600 free recipes on their website. And if you're feeling a bit down, they will really cheer you up. So that's them. Been fiddling with some backgrounds to make some more cards to go on my Etsy store. Still with the Valentine's romantic theme, so they're all a bit pink and red. But I've actually stamped a little bit there. This stamp here is from Hero Arts, and I showed that in one of my videos earlier this week. And I said I needed to check out the angel policy. I got in touch with Hero Arts, the company, and explained that I'd like to use a couple of their images that were from 2000 and 2002 in some handmade cards in my Etsy shop. Was that okay? And I got a lovely email back almost straight away saying, yes, that's absolutely fine. Just don't do more than 50 of each image. And they actually said you can go up to 100. And they were very nice about the fact that I'd actually asked their permission, sought written permission from them. So if you are thinking about selling cards, if you're already a crafter and you've got some stamps and you're not sure of the angel policy, or it says no, get in touch with them, email them, and you'll often find that they will, grant you permission. I don't know whether you can see in there, there's a little bit of purple. Can you see the gold shimmering through? I had a little play with a stencil and some texture paste. So a little bit of heart and spot going on there. And then I used the stencil in reverse, so I inked the stencil and spritzed it with water and smooshed it on my card. You can just see some little bits of heart. That wasn't entirely successful, but I can salvage that. Mixed some Cosmic shimmer colours together. Nice little purpley pinky thing going on there. So again, I shall just pick little bits of this, stamp onto it and cut it down, or cut it down and then stamp onto it. This was Amethyst Dream in the Cosmic shimmer. Really lovely. I just love the speckled effect. That's just really what I'm into at the moment. So I shall cut these down. This is Brushos, and had a little play with the Brusho Sprinkle It powder that I bought. So not entirely successful yet. I need to have another go, but I don't know if the camera's just picking up. There's a bit of silver sparkle on there, and then here I went to town with the gold over the colour. Bit heavy-handed with the gold, but as a background or even as a matte layer, that would be all right. So nothing will go to waste. This was another bit of Cosmic shimmer. Found a really nice piece of almost watercolour card. Love that. So what I might do actually is those heart dies I showed you. I might die cut a nice big heart and just stick that onto a card blank with a sentiment. Love that. Lots of interest going on there. This was just inking through that little tiny stencil with an oxide colour called Spun Sugar, which is quite a pale pink. So we're getting away from the deep pinks and more ruddy tones. This is my favourite colour, Picked Raspberry. And again, I did the reverse of it. That's worked quite well actually. So I'll pick out little bits of that. Now, I don't remember in one of my first unboxings, I had a package from Lavinia Stamps. And I said, oh, here's a really nice big stiff piece of cardboard. Don't throw it away. I'm so glad I didn't throw it away because it had a stencil inside. And I've actually inked through this stencil in 2 colours. I shall cut this down to use as a background. I've used Spun Sugar and Antique Linen, ordinary distress ink, not oxide ink. At least I think it's ordinary ink. Beautiful, beautiful Lavinia stencil there. I went in with the Candied Apple on that little heart stencil, so I shall find something to do with that. Then I did part of the Tim Holtz stencil that I showed. I think that's Antique Linen I've used through there. Beautiful, beautiful definition on these stencils. And then just using my favourite technique of spritzing onto a block with the Cosmic shimmer and some water. Just a little bit of different colour going on there. Can't remember what colours those were now. Oh, I think that was pewter or silver with a bit of the pink. And then I've gone in with the lava red. I'm loving the lava red. So I'm going to have a little play this afternoon with a bit of stamping, a bit of cutting out and a bit of die cutting to make some more cards for my website. I had a little go with alcohol inks on Yupo paper. So this is various colours with silver mixative, and I shall either cut this out into a heart shape or put an aperture over it like that. I'm not sure yet. Let me know what you think. What would you do? But I'm going to have fun with that. And that's about half a sheet of Yupo paper. beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Love alcohol inks. Showed you my little tiny square block, and it's funny because I used to do so much and I've forgotten what I did, but I used to use the technique that I showed you on the little square block, and then put a little image on it, and I just did a little pinky one there. It's about, let's measure it for you, 2 inches, just under 2 inches, 1 3/4 inches square, or 4.5 centimetres square. So as I said, I like things diddy. And then that other stamp I showed you, I've just stamped on there. I shall cut that down. It says love. Put that in a card. I've got another alcohol ink background that I did here. So the first one I showed you, I applied the ink onto a felt pad on a blending tool with some blending solution and pounced on the paper, and you get a little speckly effect. This is putting blending solution on the paper and just pouring the ink on. And this, I went in with that tool I showed you, that air tool. I'm not sure about that. There's bits of it I might cut down, I might die cut into shapes, but it's just about experimenting. Made another couple of little cards that I need to photograph and put on my site. There's a simple one. I like that, with a little dictionary definition underneath. And again, it got me thinking. I did a lovely picture, which I must try and find out and put on my Etsy website. Did a lovely picture of an eye. It was one of Lavinia's stamps, and I found a dictionary. Found a dictionary definition of eye or sight or something like that, and put that around the picture. I'll try and find it and show you. So yeah, that's quite cute. And then I've had a write game. I've got a cut and boss machine, which you can't see, it's just out of shot. And I couldn't find the power supply for it. It got tidied up over Christmas, and I was like livid, well not livid, but I was a bit disappointed. So I resorted to my Big Shot machine, which is like a manual die cutting machine. But when I was teaching in a secondary school, I kept it there and let kids use it, and it got a lot of wear and tear, and it got really battered. And the cutting plates are really, really poor. That's my daughter trying to call me. I've just put her off, I'll call her back later. So I did manage to do one die cut, but I gave up because it was such poor quality. But I did that heart, so a bit of my background with a really nice heart shape. That was from the Stamping Up heart die set that I showed you. And do you know, I was such a numpty. I said that it was quite expensive and that there were 6 dies. Well, in fact, on the one sheet there were 7 dies, and then when I opened it up and took it out of the packet, there was another sheet of dies. So there's about 15 dies. So it was quite good value for money after all that. And then what I've done is I've just drawn some hand stitching around there, and stuck on a couple of little buttons and a rhinestone, and Happy Valentine's Day. Last thing, I've done a little bit of knitting this morning, because the 3rd clue in my Hopeful Cow is being released, and I've enjoyed this, but my wrist really hurts, my left wrist. I'm left-handed, so I don't know whether it's just old age or being out of practice or what, but I'm not enjoying that. But we've got these little buds going on. Can you see the little bits of texture there? They were quite good fun to do. I'm about halfway through that section before I move on to the eyelets, and then I can go on to the last section. So another little update. Hair on head is growing back quite nicely. The downside of that is that, sorry for too much information, it's also going back elsewhere where it's not needed. So for the first time since, I don't know, June. I've got to think about getting the razor on those hairy legs. They're a bit like footballers' legs at the moment. So yeah, a bit of a downside, and I'm having to start to use shampoo again, so I've not used shampoo for ages. So yeah, ups and downs, ups and downs. I hope you're all having a really good week. I've decided that if I do get to 50 subscribers, I am going to do a little giveaway, so I should do a little video about that. Thank you to everybody who subscribed. It does mean a lot to me. It's quite isolating being at home, isn't it? So to know that we're making connections with people all across the world is quite exciting. So if you're not already, please do subscribe, like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so that you know when I upload more videos. And above all, take care, look after yourselves. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.